She is the queen of soul. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're taking a look at the life and career of Aretha Franklin.
Sure you haven't got the wrong number. You sure it's me you want to talk to tonight.
Aretha Louise Franklin was born on March 25, 1942 in Memphis, Tennessee. She started singing in church at an early age, which helped get her signed to the gospel division of Checker Records. Her debut album, Songs of Faith, was released in 1956. However, 4 years later, she left the gospel route and signed with Columbia Records. Her first single was the 1960 R&B hit, Today I Sing the Blues.
But today I'm singing the blues.
This was followed by the album Aretha and her first top 40 pop hit, Rockabye Your Baby with a Dixie Melody. In an attempt to capitalize on the artist's love of Dinah Washington, Columbia initially fit Franklin in the realm of jazz, with albums like Laughing on the Outside. However, she later started recording girl group type tracks, such as Mockingbird, instead. Still, success evaded her. So she signed a deal with Atlantic in 1966 and released the bluesy number, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Loved You, the next year.
I tell you that I ain't never loved a man.
It became a crossover hit, peaking in the top 10 of both the pop and R&B charts. This paved the way for what would become her biggest and most celebrated recording, a gospel-flavored cover of Otis Redding's Respect. The song would later earn Franklin 2 Grammys and become a symbol of the feminist movement. The late 60s turned Franklin into a superstar, with hits such as Think, Chain of Fools, and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. Her success continued well into the early 70s with the tune Don't Play That Song,
Don't play that song for me.
And her gig at San Francisco's Fillmore West, which was one of the venue's first headlining sets by an African American. More Grammys followed with the release of 1971's Young, Gifted, and Black and 1972's Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace also proved to be the biggest-selling disc of Franklin's career and the best-selling gospel album of all time. Franklin had a couple more R&B hits in the next few years, including Angel, but the rise of disco meant low album sales for Franklin. Her own foray into the disco world, 1979's La Diva,
This is for ladies.
was a commercial failure, so Franklin left Atlantic. Franklin's film debut in 1980's Blues Brothers was followed by a contract with Arista Records. The 1981 album Love All the Hurt Away earned her another Grammy, and her comeback to the pop charts was cemented with the 1982 effort Jump to It. After a short break following her father's death, Franklin released her first platinum-certified record. 1985's Who's Zoomin' Who mixed several genres and produced numerous hits that were accompanied by popular music videos. The next year, her Aretha album generated her first #1 single on the Hot 100 since Respect, a duet with George Michael called I Knew You Were Waiting for Me. In 1987, Aretha Franklin became the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That same year, she released a gospel album, One Lord, One Faith, One Baptism. But by 1989, she had returned to the world of pop with Through the Storm. It was a commercial disappointment though, as was the jack swing-oriented record, What You See Is What You Sweat. Nevertheless, Franklin contributed to several movie soundtracks in the early 90s and had 2 hits with Babyface. Franklin then ventured into the realm of urban contemporary music with her 1998 effort, A Rose Is Still a Rose, which yielded a hit with the title track. That same year, at the 40th Grammy Awards, Franklin made an improvised performance on behalf of Luciano Pavarotti, who was unable to attend due to illness. Her next album would only surface in 2003. So Damn Happy sold poorly, though one of its songs, Wonderful, won Franklin another Grammy. Next up was a 2007 duets album called Jewels in the Crown, all-star duets with the Queen, followed by her first holiday record, 2008's This Christmas, Aretha.
Angels we heard on high.
In 2009, Franklin sang My Country 'Tis of Thee at the inauguration ceremony of U.S. President Barack Obama. Though she continued working on new material, Franklin had to put making music on hold at the end of 2010 due to a sudden illness. However, she was soon back on her feet, and in 2011 she released the album A Woman Falling Out of Love on her label Aretha's Records. Aretha Franklin is a one-of-a-kind artist who has more than well-deserved the recognition she has received. With her powerful, soulful voice and rich discography, she has been revered by countless musicians and will surely continue to be for a long, long time.